Oh my gosh, what a pain in the ass. I don't know how, but that YouTube live is still going. I just messaged my assistant. I'm like, please figure out how to shut that thing down. Oh man, so I don't even know if if you guys are still on that. Oh man, YouTube, really? So if you're on here, my electricity just shut off in Bali and then it came back on, which I guess can happen anywhere in the world. But anyways, apparently there's another YouTube live video going. She's back, you're back. Yeah, is this on the same video or I don't know what's happening. But yeah, apparently that video that was scheduled and that we were doing was still going, and I just started a whole new live video. So that's really annoying. So I think that other live video is still going. I don't know, but how freaking crazy and annoying. I mean, that stuff just drives me batshit crazy. I go apeshit on that stuff. It really drives me nuts. No, I didn't get anybody's questions because I guess I could open up that YouTube live video and like, should we tell, hey, you guys, help me out here. If you're on the other live video, will you just comment to them and just say, hey, she's on another live, because my electricity shut out. And then when I signed back into YouTube, it just kept saying streaming and it wouldn't let me get back on. So that's their technology. Trust me, YouTube actually has issues. I have an issue with YouTube that has been going on for almost 6 months that they still have not figured out. So yeah, that's a YouTube thing. It didn't let me get back on that stream. So I had to get on this one. Sorry that happened. It froze up for me. How do you keep LDR fun and exciting? LDR, long distance relationships, fun and exciting. Ooh, Steven, that is a great question. So with a long distance relationship, video is key. And I'm talking about like keeping things sexy. Also, here's another sweet thing that you can do, Steven. A lot of places, I don't know like what countries you guys are in, but Steven, sending her little gifts, like surprise gifts throughout her day. Like I had a really cool thing happen. Like these are things that you can do that because of technology just really changed the game. If you're here, will you just give me a thumbs up so I can see that you're here? For example, I have a really close girlfriend of mine, and she was like, oh, I really want a hot chocolate right now. I really, really, really want a hot chocolate. So I don't have Uber on my phone because I'm out here in Bali, Indonesia. And I was like, and she was like, but Ubering a hot chocolate was going to cost her $10. And I was like, I don't have Uber out here because I'm in Bali. But I can, while she's talking to me on WhatsApp, I can get on my Venmo and I can send her $10 for the coffee. So while she was talking, I was like, I want to be there for my friend. Oh, guys, sorry, not a thumbs up in the chat, like on the video itself. So I sent her $10 and she got her coffee. She was like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. And so it's just like, if you can send her thoughtful gifts throughout the day, not every day, but you know what I mean? Like just a random like coffee or flowers, or even doing something outside the box, even of like handwriting her a note and like putting it through the postal service. Yeah, it may take a month, but it's these kind of things, like it's the unexpected. So it keeps a relationship exciting. So obviously FaceTiming, sexy timing, like sending pictures throughout your day, like of where you are, so that she feels like she's still in your world. Be like, hey, at this tree, thinking about hugging this tree when I really want to hug you. So doing stuff like that, sending like random spontaneous gifts, letters, flowers, things like that, scheduling a massage for her at a spa, these kind of things that she's just like not expecting out of the blue. That's how you keep it like spontaneous, and like she's like, what's this guy gonna do next? And then you keep her on the forefront of your mind. I hope that helps you. Looks like everybody's ready for a thumbs up wrestling contest. Everyone smash the likes when you arrive. Oh, I love you guys. I'm a tree, Arica. Got it. All right, here's okay, this is actually a really good question. Ninja Wolf, I'm telling you what, Ninja Wolf is like, he takes full like opportunity to really get these questions answered. He says, it's actually, I don't know, where did it go? He said, shit. like masturbating in the shower, can it boost your self-esteem? Can it be helpful? Can it be fun to the girl to get the girl to love me? Okay, well, first off, you masturbate for yourself, right? So like if your goal is just to get her, like first get you. So masturbating is like, and also what are you saying about yourself? Like that's a great time to really affirm yourself. It's always, I think that masturbation, this is really out there and I never talk about this on my YouTube channel, but I'm into some pretty out there stuff. And I think masturbating is a beautiful way to like create. I mean, think about it. When you actually have sex, you can create a human's life. So when you're masturbating and you're like saying positive things like you're the fucking man, you got this, you make so much money, women love you, she fucking loves you, like saying that stuff as you're like creating that pleasure, like it starts connecting those neuros and it's like, whoa, yeah. And then it helps facilitate that energy, which then what creates your reality. So yes, that is super powerful to do if you do it with intention. Absolutely. Freaking-lutely. But it's for you to create yourself to an elevated stage to where your attraction, your energy level is something that she can connect with. Does that make any sense? I'm kind of like going into quantum physics, but in a very dense way. So yes, it's very powerful. Do it because you can create as you're masturbating. Never ever talk about that on my YouTube channel, do I? I'm talking about things I never talk about today. What is going on? Why am I talking about these things? When David says, when on a date, are there any good conversations to make her think of you as a sexual person rather than a friend frame? Obviously a slow approach. That is really good. And yes, there are things that you do. One thing that I talk about, David, is not so much talking, but even interjecting touch, like touching like her elbow or removing hair from her face. Touch, when you start touching a woman, like that lets her know, like obviously you don't want to go grab her boob or anything like that, but like stroking her knee. If she backs off, like she's not into it, like just follow those signs. Like, yeah, sometimes guys can do that. And if you're not feeling it, you're like, oh yeah, let's not do that. So some things that you can say on a date is like, yeah, you know, when I'm with a woman, it's really sexy when like I really am into when a woman plays with her hair, or I'm really into like when a woman has like a beautiful perfume on. Man, that stuff just really turns me on. It's throwing at, you're not talking about her, you're just talking about women in general, and you're talking about what turns you on. So she starts seeing you as this sexual person as opposed to just like some nice guy who's like she's having dinner with. Does that make sense? So like interjecting, and you're not like putting it on her, like saying, you have to do this for me. It's just saying like, this is what I'm into. Like, man, women really turn me on when like they wear like those little skirts that look like schoolgirl skirts. Like, man, that really turns me on. Like, or like when women wear like lingerie clothes, like that really turns me on. Like just throwing out there that you are a sexual being and that like you have sexual needs, but yet you're not putting it directly on her. Does that make sense? If salvation for all, okay, that's a cool name. If self-improvement is the key to improving dating life, what improvement is specifically needed? You know, the thing that you want to most importantly focus on, salvation for all, is how you feel internally about yourself. Like that stuff, energy never ever lies. And it's like when we feel like shit about ourselves, ultimately people can feel that from us. They can feel that energy, and it actually pushes people away because it then attaches to a needy feeling, a needy sensation. And when people feel that, they go, ugh, I don't even know you. And like, I can feel this energetic demand from you. So the first thing you have to really do, salvation for all. I mean, I don't know you. I don't know your story. I don't know where you don't feel good about yourself or where you view yourself as small. Yeah, I don't know why, like intuitively that stood out for me, viewing yourself as small. Asking yourself, why do I view myself as small? Where does that story come from? Because most of the time we are living lives out of stories and we're attached to those stories emotionally. And so we keep reenacting them, trying to heal ourselves. So where in your life did you feel small? Why do you feel small? And how can you shift that? who are you today? How can you rewrite your story? It's a lot of what my emotional warrior program is about. I would really suggest, I don't know where you are in your life, but I would really suggest for you to do that emotional warrior program, because that is a huge portion of what that program is about. I can pull up the link for you really fast, Salvation for All, and I can put it in the chat box for you. But I would really suggest that you do that program, babe, because you're right. It does talk to, sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. I'm still a bit flustered over the whole live stream ending. That really, like, that shit just really gets under my skin. I'm human, and this is my human moment. It really flusters me, so I'm kind of still pissed about that. Because I want everything to be perfect, and that's just not how life is. That's my mantra right now. This is my lesson. My lesson, here's a link for you, babe. Salvation for All. I just put it, the emotional warrior link. This is my lesson. So it's like learning that, like, I can make mistakes. Like, one of my go-tos was just like everything being perfect. Like, I have to be perfect, everything. And it's like, it's just not fucking practical. Oh, I let out an F-bomb. And so, like, this is a huge mistake. Like, this is a business mistake, although it was out of my control, but like, this happens. And so it's like, this is my lesson to, like, learn to let that shit go. But Salvation for All, that was a great, great question. I hope I answered that, and make sure that you click the link. I put it in there. I don't see it, but it's in there. Okay, who else has a question? Sorry, I'm scrolling back up because it just, okay, good to be back. Thank you, babe. Demetrius says, if a woman likes flowers, but real flowers react with my allergies, are fake ones okay? No, fake ones are never okay, but I have a solution for you. My best friend, by the way, I jump on all these side stories because that's how my brain works. She loves watching these live Q&As. She loves watching these videos more than my other videos. And she's like, Arica, these guys ask you questions, and I'm always like, oh my God, how's she going to answer this? Does she have an answer? How do you have an answer for all these questions, Arica? She's like, I always think, okay, this time she's not going to have an answer. I actually do have an answer for you. So succulents. Succulents should not, because they're more of like a cactus, but they're beautiful. Get her succulents, because succulents are very elegant. They last forever, and people package them in such a way with like a white vase, and they put little stones in them. And so start buying women succulents. If you can't breathe in flowers, also check to see about orchids. I have a hard time believing that, I mean, I don't know your allergies, but I have a hard time believing that orchids would trigger your allergies. So those are two safe plants that you can buy her: orchids and succulents. Even I thought, oh man, am I gonna be stuck on that one? Nope, I'm not. Wow, that's a really great question, Daniel. Daniel Millsap says, I have a question. If you've been divorced 2 times before, should you think about or just give up on getting married again? No. If that is a desire of yours, absolutely not. But what you need to ask yourself is this, Daniel: how can I become a different man? Because obviously the man that showed up in those 2 marriages, something, I'm not saying that your partners weren't at fault, because it always takes 2 to tango, but how can I show up as a different man? Because the man who was in those last 2 marriages didn't work. Daniel, you could be a nice guy. I don't know you. I don't know anything about you, but you could be a nice guy, and nice guys will always sabotage themselves in marriages. So instead of that, like, ask yourself, like, how can I become this emotional warrior? Same for you. I just told that other guy, I think the emotional warrior program would be really good for you as well. Do not give up on wanting to be married. Like, if that's in your heart, yes, but just understand that what you were doing in those past marriages, that shit did not work. And so you have to become a different person. You have to become a different man. And I really suggest that you do the emotional warrior program as well. That would really serve you. So make sure that you do that. Do not give up. Readers are leaders. I just saw that. Boaz says that he disagrees with me because about masturbation, that men and women, it's differently. I understand that it's different, but for guys, this whole like not masturbating thing, personally, like, I'm not a man. This is out of my wheelhouse. I will just tell you what I see in the men who never masturbate. they show up with very low energy, low testosterone, and their energy is, there's no polarity with them. This is just my experience of being around guys like this. They feel like duds, and they may sound very elevated and like, you know, very evolved, but women are not sexually connecting with them because there's no sexual polarity there. So I understand that a man wants to store up his seed, but at some point you have to release that. And if you're just never masturbating, I'm sorry, but women are not going to be sexually like vibing with you. It just, every guy I've met that does this, I'm like, you're sweet and I get it. And I appreciate that you're trying to become the best man, but I would never have sex with you because you don't feel that sexual tension. You don't feel that polarity. So to say that men should never masturbate, we're gonna have to agree to disagree on this. Like I said, I'm not a man. I'm just telling you as a woman, when I'm around men who do not masturbate at all and they do this whole no fap thing, they have very passive energy that I find very like nice guy energy, but never would they come into my bedroom. So that's my 2 cents. That's my experience as a woman. It's not a professional opinion. It's my experience as a woman being around men like this. Someone says, you're edgy today. Yeah. You shouldn't see the videos that are coming out. Someone's crying from laughter. I don't know what happened. Okay. Someone says, I feel that I don't know, how are we talking about masturbating so much today? I mean, it's like, you guys loving on yourself or are you not loving on yourself? I feel that not masturbating and abstaining for a significant amount of time makes interactions with people pure, as if a different kind of energy in my experience. It gives you an edge. Yes, a woman can connect with you because you're probably more connected to yourself and your heart. But chances are she's not connecting with you sexually. So she can talk to you to the stars and the moons and the sun comes out, but she's not probably going to touch your penis. I don't know. Like, that's my experience with men who never masturbate. Like, something about their testosterone just comes down and I'm like, nice guy, could talk philosophically with him for hours. But once again, not letting him in my bedroom because I'm not turned on by this guy. Why do zodiac, okay, yeah, let's get off the masturbating. I'm like, I feel like we could just go in circles around this. Why do zodiac signs matter to some women? You know why? I'm gonna shoot you real straight, Cayman music, because women, like, none of us know each other. So when we're dating, like, zodiac sign kind of gives insight into the person's personality, how they show up in life, how they do life. Like, I'm a Leo, so I have a very fire sign. So if a guy like gets intimidated by a really strong, fiery woman, he can go, oh, this girl's a Leo. Like, she loves the high life. She loves to be the center of attention. She's loyal. She's a leader. Some guys don't want that. And so when we ask about a zodiac sign, it kind of gives us insight into your personality. And it's a quick way for us to understand who we're dealing with. Now, sometimes you can put people in boxes and some people are just complete opposites of their zodiac signs. So women have to be careful about that. But that's why it's a quicker way for her to get insight. Once she understands zodiac signs, she can get quicker insight into you. And it tells her, should I give this guy another date? Should I continue pursuing this guy or not waste my time? Because I know that there's just going to be like this situation and I don't want to waste my time on that. That's why. What's another question? Let's see. That's a really tricky question. Where did it go? Someone just said, shoot. Where did it go? He said, okay, someone just said, should I, he said, should I text my ex back during quarantine? This is what I'm going to say to you for that, my dear. Why did you guys break up in the first place? And chances are the reason why you guys broke up in the first place, those issues have still not been resolved. And so I'll come back to masturbation. Why not? Why not poke the little bear? It's like a mental masturbation. When you get back with your ex, Like, if you guys haven't resolved the issues that actually broke you up, it just becomes mental masturbation. You guys go back and forth with one another, but no one actually comes and gets a full relief and fulfillment of being loved and accepted for who they are. So yeah, you might be bored. It might seem like a thing to do with time, but no. Like, focus on rebuilding yourself and creating new connections, facilitating attraction with new, different women. Change it up. Don't go back to the ex unless you guys have like taken this time to heal, evolve, work through your shit, and work through the problems that initially broke you up. Then it's worth revisiting. But most people don't do that because they think it's just the other person and they don't take responsibility for themselves. Next question. I didn't debunk NoFap. I'm just saying that, like, do you? I'm just saying, like, guys who typically do this all the time, man, their sexual energy, I'm like, oh, it's like a dud. It's like watching paint dry on a wall. Let's see. I can't say that. YouTube blocked your comment. I'm not going to talk about that, but that's a really funny thing. Something about his girlfriend wanting him to do stuff in the bathtub. Do you, girl? Do you? Are there any other questions? Okay, here. Arica, a lady once said, I'm a beautiful man. That confuses me because beautiful is associated with women and not men. Why would she say that instead of an attractive or handsome man? Ripped Up, that's actually a great question because I say this to men and I can see where that would be super confusing. When a woman says that a man is beautiful, she is talking about your soul and she's talking about your heart. Now, some guys just have really beautiful faces where you're like, shit, that guy has a really pretty face. And then most girls will say things about like what she would like to do to that face, which I won't say because that's girl talk. But if you're part of my emotional warrior program, I'll tell you all about that because I don't edit myself there. So she's talking about your heart and your soul. Unless you're just like a really beautiful model looking guy, then she's saying, wow, you have a beautiful face. Like, it's just striking. Just like we can say nature is beautiful, right? You see like art and you go, wow, that's beautiful. So beautiful doesn't necessarily pertain just to women. So if she doesn't say handsome or attractive, she's talking about your heart and your soul, your energy, your vibe, like your spirit, who you are. That's what she's saying. Any other questions? Someone just said, oh, thank you, Doug. Doug says, I love your live stream. Thank you for saying that because I'm feeling still a little funky about it just cutting out because of the electricity here and YouTube not, for whatever reason, just letting me jump right back on. I need to let that go. You can let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. I feel she compares me to her exes and I don't add up sexually. Whoa. Can I just be honest with you? How do you change this, Lauren? That is a great question. Okay, I'm going to be really honest with you guys. Like, so if she's comparing you to her exes, there could be a couple of things going on in your relationship. The thing is that she's feeling a disconnect in the relationship as a whole. Here's the thing. One, just have a conversation about before I get into the emotional aspect of it, which is typically what happens with women, and they don't have the courage to verbalize it to themselves nor to their partner. But Lauren, listen, babe, you got to have a conversation with her and you say, listen, I feel like something is not working for you sexually. And listen, I'm all about bringing pleasure to that. You know what I'm saying? So what is it that's not working for you? Like, let's just have a real conversation. Maybe you guys need a glass of wine to kind of like de-escalate things, but have an honest conversation. Ask her, like, I want to know what's not working for you. Now, keep in mind, Lauren, that below that, there's probably a disconnect in the relationship. And so when we have a disconnect within ourselves, within our relationship, what is our natural thing? Check out, distract, start going through the road of reminiscing on past lovers. Why? Because somewhere she's not confronting in herself something that is not working for her in the relationship. So you also need to ask that question. Listen, babe, I want to be honest with you. Like, what in our relationship is not working for you? Like, I need to know, and we need to work through this, but I can't work through this, and you and I can't work through this unless we openly talk about this. So you guys have to create a safe place for both of you guys to openly express this and like be like, listen, it may be hard, but at the end of the day, like, I'm going to love you more because you're revealing your heart to me. You're revealing your desires to me. And how can I not but help love that about you and love you even more for that? I hope you wrote some of that down. And babe, you can always come back to this video. It's at the 25-minute mark. Come back to this video and you can always re-watch that and make sure that you write that down. I have this like way of like being able to say things so that men can write it down and go share this with their women, and it gets some really lasting results. Yeah, there you go. You say, I appreciate that because so true. We are working through some things. Yeah, babe. So here's the thing. That's kind of what I felt intuitively, is not that it's really about your sex life. She's making it about that because she's having a hard time confronting what you guys are working through. And my intuition tells me that she feels a bit hopeless, like you guys aren't going to find answers. But you guys will find answers. You totally will find answers. When you have a determined heart, you will always find answers. So I just like when you rub her, like, I know this sounds so like outside the box, but I'm an outside of the box coach. When you're like rubbing her back, whisper underneath your breath, like, I just release hope to you. Like, I just get a sense that she feels a bit hopeless inside. When we feel hopeless, we run because we don't know how to face what's in front of us. So just like when you're breathing and you're holding her, just like say that over her, like I just release hope into my woman. Like, sometimes we just need that. We need someone to like speak life over us. You know, that's why we pray. It's why we declare. It's why we speak affirmations. It's why I tell you guys, affirm and validate you guys that you have what it takes, that you're loved. So when you're holding her, just whisper under your breath, like, I just release love to you. I release hope to you. Because I get a sense inside, like my intuition, my heart feels like she's feeling a bit hopeless. And that's why she's running so much and going back to the past. But guess what? Those guys aren't around for a reason. You're in her life for a very different reason. So sometimes we just need to remind ourselves of that. Ooh, that's a really good question. Javier says, I'm probably going to end it with this one. Make sure you guys, like a lot of the questions that you are asking can be worked through with my emotional warrior program. I'm putting the link here. I'll be sure that me and my team put it in the comment section and in the description. But yeah, I think that's the best thing. Oh, babe, this makes me so happy. Javier, I'm coming to your question, but Lauren, I just have to speak into this. He said, wow, I totally needed this. Again, thank you. Babe, you're so welcome. Like, I love that. Like, I love when someone has a very specific need and they show up on this live stream and like, it's the exact answer that they needed. It's why I'm here. It's why I do these for free, because sometimes it's just that one bit of encouragement, that bit of hope that we need to just keep us going. And getting those answers so that our lives can shift, and also to get you guys in this emotional warrior program so that we don't have to keep asking the same questions about friend zones and stuff like that. You can just like actually change yourself into the man that women just can't resist and become that emotional warrior. But you know, some of you are slow to do that, so that will be your journey. Javier says, what can I do to reconnect with a woman who showed a few signs of interest in me, but then after going out on a friend trip, she quit? Ah, Javier, you should be asking me this. You're in my emotional warrior program. You should be asking me these questions in there, because I can actually ask like what happened on that trip. So there's probably something that happened that turned her off. I'm just gonna be honest with you. And she was like, I don't see him in that way. Or you weren't showing up and creating like that flirty tension between the two of you guys. And so you were just like the good old guy and she didn't connect with that. So these are the kind of questions I want you bringing up in that private Facebook group. So Javier, you need to put the same thing in that group, and I'm going to talk about this more in depth with you, okay? Because I want to get some answers, because I don't want this to happen to you again. Anthony says, I just love watching you do your thing, Miss Arica. Love to you always. Love to you, baby doll. Guys, I love you so much. Hold on, wait. One person says, please look at my question. Bleach, you have to repost your question, babe. I can't scroll through these. You have to repost it because I can't go all the way back up. George Hill says, you have helped me 100%. And I will keep watching you, love. I'm so grateful that you're here. Guys, if you're new, make sure that you subscribe. And if some of you guys like want to go to the beginning, so these are going to be 2-part live Q&A because once again, I live in Bali, and this can happen anywhere in the world, but I live in Bali. I live by the ocean. Do you guys want to see my view? How freaking beautiful is that? So there's my pool, and then way out there, that's the ocean. That's what I get to work to every day. I get to see that. So yeah, my internet cut down, so there are going to be 2 of these live streams, but you can always, hopefully that one is saved. Gosh, I hope. I kind of don't hope because I shared something really personal that I wasn't prepared to share, but I did it anyways. So hopefully it's still there, or hopefully not. So guys, I'm so grateful to have you here. Just know this, like seriously, I want to constantly remind your hearts, like, you have what it takes. You really do. And sometimes it's just being relentless until you find those answers. I think that is what has served me the most in my life, is my ability to be tenacious. And so when you as a man, that's why I inspire hope back into your hearts by saying you have what it takes, is to inspire you to be tenacious, to not give up, to find your answers, and do not relent. Do not stop until you get those answers. And don't only just get the answers, implement them, put them to work in your life. Okay, sorry, he did respond with his question, so I will answer. This girl lend me, but won't leave her boyfriend. We've had a connection. I thought we text almost every day. What should I do? Be hung up on her for years. Yeah, no, babe. No. If she's got a boyfriend, but yet she's getting the best of both worlds. She's getting the D from him, and she's getting emotional validation for you. That's not what you want. You want to relate. Well, I mean, maybe that is what you want, but my guess is you're asking me because you don't want this. No, I would not stay hung up on this woman. I would definitely move on. She led you on. Yeah, babe, do not waste your time on this woman. She is getting the D from her boyfriend and whatever else she's getting, financial resources, who knows. But she's getting emotional validation and support from you. You are not a martyr. No, that is not your job to be emotionally supporting her. That's what she has a boyfriend for. And if he's not supporting her, then that's her issue. But you, babe, say no. I said that in one of my other, I think the first video. You got to say no. The quicker you say no, or no, that's on my YouTube videos coming out. Sorry, I'm getting everything confused. No. Walk away from that, babe. She's using you as an emotional crutch, and you deserve more. Al Mosaic says run. I agree. So guys, I love you. You have what it takes. I'm losing my voice for whatever reason. Oh, hello. I have tea right here. Hello. I can't wait to see you guys this week. Make sure that you watch the videos coming out on Sunday, Monday. Some of you guys are like, man, Arica, you were like on one today. Like when you watch those videos, you'll be like, whoa, that's why she showed up on that live Q&A this way, because she was really lit in those 2 videos. They're powerful. Sunday and Monday's video. What is it? I already forgot. Anyways, go watch them. Sunday and Monday. I love you guys. Please know that you're loved, especially if there's anything. I'm like grabbing my computer screen right now. If there's anything I can drill into you right now, especially during quarantine time, look at me. Look at me right now. Pay attention. Look at me. Open up your heart. Let's open. Oh, baby, you are so loved. You're so valuable. There's nobody like you on this planet, babe. Seriously, every single one of you. You are so special. You are so unique. And you are so loved. You are so loved. Receive that right now. Just let it kind of seep in and soak into you. You are so loved. I think now when the world is in chaos and it creates a lot of anxiety, people's power of choice is being taken away from them and being forced to stay in their homes, forced to not be able to go to work. It's a very scary thing. And so perfect love removes all fear. And so I'm just saying right now, baby, you are so loved. You're so valuable. You're so needed. And I so honor you. All right, guys, I will see you later. Thank you for being patient with the with the technical difficulty, but we worked through it, guys, and you guys had my back. So thank you. I love you guys.